team ban. Alliances turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Alliances turn to pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SLT Series 13. We have Team Alternate versus Alliance. Are they back? We had a little bit of delay as we waited 4 minutes to join the lobby. But I'm Lysander. I'm going to be joined here by Llama down. You may or may not have heard. She's going to be joining me for this podcast, so...
Hey, we've already got some interesting picks up here. Team Alternate has played IoTiny a bit, but I don't believe they've played it on this patch, or am I pulling from the wrong data? So I'll have to double check that, but I was gonna say I was a bit surprised to see it so false. But either way, I mean, you know, IoTiny always good to have, and also it's a nice way you don't have to ban it against Alliance. Alliance very comfortable with these heroes, so you get it. You're not too worried about Alliance having it. Yeah, and they haven't played it on this patch, but Team Alternate also hasn't played too many games on this patch. And IoTiny together, I think alone, Tiny technically has a higher win rate, but these two heroes doing stellar.
Yeah, the thing not picking IoTiny, in it you pick it, you pick one of the other, usually Io first, but the minute you pick Io, he usually followed up ban or counterpicked, and as a result, you want to try and grab it up in the first 2 picks here. Maybe bait your enemy in IoTiny 2, and then you have that counter to follow up to it. Alternate could be going something like that, but I haven't heard much about Alternate. Are they?
They're another tier 2 team. I don't think they've had much success recently. I think the only kind of claim to fame is they took one game off of NIP in a set. They're another
NIP dropping game.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think this is going to be a very difficult match for them. They've been a long-standing Polish team, I think, for Team Alternate, but you know, I hope they can do something here, and IoTiny is certainly the way to go about that. A strong combo, although Alliance does pick up Docs here, a bit of a counter.
I'm just waiting to see if ban is going to be Prophet.
Yes.
Otherwise, you know what's up.
I think, yeah, we've all seen Bulldog's Prophet, so I don't know if they'll be as, I mean... Tiny IO can somewhat respond to that. It's really hard to play against the Nature's Prophet well, and it feels
it's hard to play against Blue.
Yeah, that too. He's very slippery. So it feels like they might, if they were to play against that, they would maybe need something like a Beast Monster or someone else who gives them superior vision. And also, speaking of vision, Night Stalker's not banned out yet.
But it might be a Darkseer for Dong, though. I Bulldog, though. I'm not sure if the Prophet's still available, but I'm sure Alliance can slot that Darkseer. else and give Bulldog his hero. But for now, we're gonna. They're really like, is that a Bulldog Doxia?
Yeah. I mean, and then you have the other issues as well, where if it is, let's say it's a support Doxia, and which we have seen before. I saw it yesterday in an Alliance game. You could then have Bulldog on Broodmother, right? You have like a lot of heroes he's very good on, and wow, they go for the Jug.
So they ban Loader.
Yeah.
Loader
They
is really good on that Jug.
Yeah.
Well, not really good, but he's.
Yeah, it's one of his comfortable heroes, and I think it's going to be interesting to see where this Doxia goes. I have to assume it's offlane, but the other day I did see a position for Doxia, and it worked. It was weird, but it worked.
Broodmother Doxia.
Yeah, I don't know if you can run those two. I'm trying to remember what was put with the Doxia.
No, were you talking about Broodmother Doxia? No, Doxia you run with heroes that like to get faces. I've seen a Naga one.
Naga, the Tusk would work too. A Doxia Tusk lane is hell, right? 'Cause you put the Ion Shell on. Yep.
Alright, I don't think it's profit. But then again, I say it.
Yeah, let's not, we say it and then suddenly they're like, actually, we're just gonna pick 5 cores, screw you all. But no, it's Razor pickup. I like this against IoTiny. Has some good potential there and has some natural tankiness, but still, if you don't group up at the appropriate times for Alliance, IoTiny with those relocate ganks can just wreck the game.
Yeah, definitely. One other hero that's really good against the tiny IO is the Disruptor. Getting the kinetic field down, the static storm in advance, glimpsing more tiny back. It's also...
Yeah. So, and that's actually something where it feels like if you're playing on the side with the tiny IO, the Wyvern, I think, a really nice way of making sure that you don't have to get countered. But as you said, I think the the Disruptor, someone that you have to really worry about because it's so easy to land the static storm on the relocate. So a little bit surprised they went with Jug, but it's Night Stalker. So.
Alright. Oh, Venomancer. This feels like a farming Venomancer. It feels like Loda's pulling those stunts again. Venomancer, or it could be a Venomid. So Razor safe lane, which is more likely than a mid lane Venomancer. Mid lane Venomancer is pretty potent.
How would it do against an IoTiny mid? It feels like because the Venom should be getting a slight level advantage if he has. Yeah, it feels like.
10 seconds.
So it might be a nice way to counter IoTiny, but again, it does mean IoTiny. They're really flexible. They can go to the safe lane.
Just try not to die.
Yeah.
Get the level.
Reserve.
Yeah, should being the key word here. And I wonder. I'm assuming this is an offlane Night Stalker. It can also be a support Night Stalker, which would free up something like a Clockwork possibly for Team Alternate. Maybe not the best against.
It could be a safe Doxia.
Yeah. Wow, safe lane Doxia? That's
like or maybe a rather aggressive tri-lane Dox.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but Gyrocopter pick, I think, going to really punish Tusker, Razor, as well as Doxia. A lot of these heroes are very close, and Tusker with his natural clumping, Razor that likes to stick close to you. Gyrocopter can punish heroes, and I'm still thinking the Night Stalker is off. It could be mid, but I think.
Yeah, and it also still can be support. I feel like a lot of flexibility in both of these drafts so far in what lanes they want to put people in. I'm not a huge fan though of hard carry Razor. I know he can get on. Yeah. It just feels like he needs a lot to be hitting hard. He relies very heavily on the static link.
The anti-carry, he's not really a carry. He just counters a carry. You go for a mid-game push as a Razor. Yeah, you're right. Razor is not a good.
I think it depends. Like
even
he can
it's
get
like
there.
Doom is not a good level.
Yeah. So he can certainly get there eventually. It's one of those things where I feel like if the Razor gets, by the time he's got Mech, Sergeant Yasha, Ags, he's a little race car and he actually does a lot of damage output and he takes towers. But it's still like you're not out DPSing a tiny probably with that form. And Disruptor ban from Alliance. They don't want Doxia to have a rough time in lane apparently.
Yeah, it's a really good counter Doxia himself. So it looks like they're not thinking IoTiny. They might have other ideas. Starladder comes to mind, but I feel like Starladder wouldn't do well against IoTiny. There's craggy exterior, there's Gyrocopter. I feel like in bad pick up.
It's
Starladder here.
It's interesting because Tiny doesn't start with a lot of armor, so like you can take advantage of that, but as you said, there's a lot of other things flying out, and if you have to sprint up into those people, you die if you're Slaughter. I think everybody here kills you, so. But Alliance is in a pickle against a Night Stalker. If this Venno is support, he'll be in a little bit of trouble.
They
Night
need
Stalker
another...
can...
you
think they want a core?
I don't like... I think it will have to be. They don't want to go for another core. If they want to go for another core, you have to be Venom.
5 seconds.
Venom support is...
Oh, okay.
Right, I mean, one is Alliance without some
back.
Alright, so Dark... the Bulldog will not be... wait for game 2. Dark's here, so... I mean, it was pretty obvious from that because it is an off lane. And yeah, Wolf, Iron Shell can...
Yeah, so...
The Iron Shell can be annoying, and the good thing about the Darks here is you can retreat to the jungle and get something. The thing I like about the light pick here, okay, so we'll have Razor mids, be a Venno.
5 seconds.
The thing about the second is can get some level jungle, let them.
Yeah.
That's something I see Alliance doing. They grab. Oh, that's a good pick actually.
Yeah, I think also the Venno can jungle early on if to maybe get some more farm for the supports with the wards. It depends on how they're gonna level this. But
I don't think you can jungle level.
Not level 1, but you can get more you can get more utility out of it than you maybe would, and it's much easier for a Venno to finish off the creep camps. But they've got a lot of flexibility. If Doxy is having trouble, he can jungle.
Venno's probably. Yeah. That's how they usually play it. That's how people like it, I guess. But we'll see. Razor pick. Well, it's pretty okay because alternate doesn't have a good ganking. I feel like Night Stalker is against.
I feel
always
like
a Tuskar to bail him out.
10 seconds.
I feel like relocate is something they really have to be afraid of since a support Tusk. I don't know
I
how.
meant laning thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Once relocate comes, take us 5, maybe put together, and we'll see. But pushing together gets punished by Ancient Helicopter. So but if it's like you said, they have based on their past performance, they might be lacking in the department. Maybe they might get outskilled by a lot. But I say I favor their draft unless they get really far back.
Yeah, I think there's also a lot to be said for a Night Stalker that first night. As long as he gets a couple of levels, if he can even just level 3, you can have a lot of involvement in that first night. So he will be roaming around, I hope, at that first night instead of just sticking down bottom. And actually, if he's solo bottom, he might have a rough time. And they've already got a ward out from Alliance. Look at this movement. They did the false TP to get the ward out. I really like that. So
it's very common now.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Alright, we're gonna run through the teams. Alliance, are they back? We have them on the Radiant side. Arcade playing the... We have S4 playing Razor. Loda playing the Lycan. Surprises there, Nuts. Tusker. Admiral Bulldog. The Dong himself. The offlane Darks here. That side team.
Yeah, we've got Gyrocopter being played out by Supreme, MDL on that Ancient Apparition, a stand-in for them, Io going to be played by Nisha, Exotic Deer on the carry Tiny, and finally Night Stalker played by El Lisha, or sorry, El Lisash.
We call him Lisa.
Lisash. I don't know whether it should be Lisash or... because it also could be like
Lisa.
Lish
Yeah,
Ash.
Right. Lisash?
I don't know.
Lisash. Alright, Lisash. Fine.
It could also be Lisa H. It could be Lisa and then the last name begins with an H.
Alright, we gotta
Lots of
decide
options.
on one when the fight starts. I feel like tongue-tied with Sash.
So in mid,
Lisa.
I don't know if you caught that, but because S4 went for the rune, couldn't get his own block, and it looks like My Nuts didn't get a great block. He actually used an Ice Shards to block, to help out that mid lane.
The rune is more important, especially in Razor's lineup. He wants that early level as fast as possible. And he should do Plasma feel really hard.
In bottom lane, we have a nice Ice Shards block. They're going on the Night Stalker. They've also already used the Venomous Gale. They might have enough damage.
First
He's
blood.
really tanky. That's their first blood.
Yep.
Night
Good kill
Stalker,
there.
you're two. Yeah. Oof. He has 5 armor. That's why I think he thought he could play up. But this is what I was going to mention. I don't think Night Stalker is a hero who can really solo a lane. He seems to need a lane partner because all he's really got is tankiness. He doesn't have an easy escape during the day.
All you need to do is get Like level 3, have that Void 1 hunter and then go gank on the first. Which is why you often see a lot of Night Stalkers, or rather they go support Night Stalker, they just pull the base, get to level 2 or 3, and then they get there. It is can't afford a Stalker, so he has to suffer getting 2 and mangoes for some stain and.
So, in the meantime, though, it does mean that Tiny, we've actually got quite a few people doing really well farm-wise. Bulldog also has already got his level 2, so he's got a bit of an easy way to escape. And A is not a hero with great lane presence. Yeah, he's got chilling touch.
No way he dies.
Yeah, Cold Feet's never gonna proc.
Darks, yeah.
So.
Lane is actually. The Gyrocopter's got so much damage, and he can't exactly kill Bulldog unless he's skilled. What's he gonna do? Bulldog's just gonna surge away.
Oh,
Okay.
or Aki can DC when he's in a bit of a bad spot.
But Bulldog has got a lot of regen, and once he gets the Soul Ring, double iron shell. Yeah, Flat Cannon can help, but sounds every 30 seconds, and Iron Shell is spam every 9 seconds. So Bulldog's gonna win the attrition war. Gyrocopter will have to get I don't know, maybe lifesteal early, lane and lane, because Agent Apparition help him with the.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
It's not gonna be bad if he gets a Helm of the Dominator, certainly a tool for helping the Gyro farm up, and he's got a bit of time. It should be a case of, with the relocates coming up early, ideally Alternate will be able to buy themselves enough time for stuff like Gyro to get really big and fat. He is also a hero that can fight early. But as you said, no lockdown it's feeling like in this lane, unless Bulldog's super out of position, can't catch him, and so he's gonna be much higher level than the Night Stalker, it feels.
So poor Aki.
Apparently, and Loda just like I wouldn't call it flame, but he's just like, he's dropping sometimes. I don't know what's going on. I just imagine you're like, I don't know, you're trying to be professional. You're prepping for the major, and your support's always just dying.
Yeah, Aki and Loda, they're my favorite. Yeah, because they're such good friends for 10 years, 12 years now, I think. They've been friends for so long, and they've played since days. Like war veterans together. And I think the only other pair that really matches Vichi's Y and Fenrir.
Oh yeah, FY and Fenrir are really cool. I really enjoyed it TI where I think it was. Yeah, he got worried. FY was like, thought Casey was asking him if they were gay. So, and then FY was like, no, we're not dating. And she meant, and then Casey's like, what? Like, I didn't ask if you were dating. I meant like you're a good partnership in Dota. I just thought that was really cute, the like mistranslation that occurred there. But either way, back into the game because we're finally unpaused. So, Night Stalker, he's forced out of lane.
Yeah, pretty much. Venomancer does that too. And because he didn't go for boots, he might get punished for this. Mango, I think. I think one mango it's nice, to be honest. It goes a little excessive. Bulldog is now going to go one-on-one against MDL. A match going on. MDL has boots. Dong doesn't have boots.
Yeah.
But he has Soul Ring now. That's good for him. And we have some coming in, Tusker. So, talking about this face tanking. Tusker could go in with that Iron Shell, and they're ready. Iron Shell stacks, so latch up together. A lot of burn for a short period of time inside those eye shots.
Yeah. They do know, though, they have the wards scouting it, so they're going to play a little bit back, although he can always come around on the Tusk. It's entirely possible to go from behind, and MDL might just walk into them when trying to get this next stack up. Oh, gosh. Gotta be very careful here. Yeah.
It's all nuts. So, my nuts scouts it out. Still 1-0 favor Alliance. The goal graph trickling into Alliance's favor, but apart from that, not too much lost here for Alternate, but the timing window.
Yeah. Both teams doing a really good job of stacking up their jungles, making sure that their various mids will be able to flash farm, and we might have... No, Aki wisely realizes he wants nothing to do with this bottom rune. So, both of the rotations of supports that were trying to get some sort of ganks not getting it, although Nuts has now scouted out all of these stacks. So he may ask his team at some point, maybe your team didn't stack enough, you just steal your opponents. It's always a great strat.
Yeah, it's a rank 3. Gotta be very... eye shots, but you'll have to find a window to do this. If you contest it at the wrong, could get blown up. But S4 is a double damage. made out a lot of harassment here. But he does to stun toss combo, so it's very lethal to Ray. He wants to wait for his boots first.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything on unstable current either, which just means that if he does get tossed, he won't get the slow up on Tiny or anything. But this game really relaxed. Everybody's foaming up, and as you said, it's really even.
But I mean, this is the slow start kind of draft where you just chill back and from for extensions like this one on Lisa. Got it called out now. Poison's coming in. He's gets killed up. And might actually die. The wolves gotta beat him up. I think he'll do enough damage. Not enough. Howl running. Time for the night. He's still level 2.5. He TP'd to the tower though, so
yeah. But he's got
stick around.
Yeah, he's got huge amounts of health regen though with the base Night Stalker and so on, and he finally hits level 3. This is really bad though. We already mentioned you want to get maybe a couple kill involvements. I think 3 is, you know, fantastic if you can get 3 kills or 3 kill involvements on Night Stalker in that first night. He's gonna be useless. Well, no, you don't have to get 3 of them, but you get 3 kill involvement. I mean, you're just so powerful, and actually, my nuts maybe in a spot. No, okay, he's not gonna take balls.
You wanna usually get a pick.
Yeah. This mid's really scary to try and pick off, though, as we talked about earlier, so nobody really wanting to blink, and I guess it's just going to come down to these big team fights or relocate when it's active.
Yeah, the thing about Night Stalker being offlane is that it's very easy to know when he's missing, because Lotus wave tower, and once the tower is empty with the guarding it, it'll be missing and your Night Stalker fails his gank. So, less effective compared to pulling, so it's a lot harder to report his location. But once again, we have a coming on and it almost resembles.
Looking at the map, Alliance actually doesn't have any wards out. I'm guessing they just expired, probably Aki or MyNuts being told to get some more up. Yeah, MyNuts actually has one. It looks like he wants to place a deep one on alternate side, but it's really interesting when a team who's going up against a Night Stalker having no vision, that's like, I think, a dangerous game to play.
The offlane Night Stalkers scout out. I mean, he has a very. You have to use a TP.
Yeah.
Because the offlane, once it's in, Night Stalker's not there, report. Back off. It's not gonna be easy to kill Razor if he's hugging the tower, because Night Stalker diving it might. He's very under leveled, like we talked about earlier on. Not gonna be easy, I think. With Tuska going to be able to TP at a moment's notice. Well, and Nuts. Oh, gonna have the Iron Shot invisibility. MZL. Is he gonna notice this? We'll see if he notices. Oh no, punished.
Yeah, he's gonna go down there. Just a few auto attacks, and really unfortunate. He couldn't have known there. He just didn't see it. Their vision doesn't actually extend over to the rune. Although they have another stun. Yeah, Tiny keeps using these avalanches. It's fine because the Wisp heals him back up, but he needs to get a kill.
Bulldog.
Oh gosh, he's gonna go down 2 more auto attacks.
Yeah, he couldn't stop.
Nice by Supreme.
Stop for soul. Getting caught out by the gyrocopters. Bulldog. Extension there.
Yeah, and actually, Eye of the Storm.
Plasma field. Johnny's just slow. Mud come in. They will sap out the damage here. The toss comes out on Night Stalker there, but not enough model.
Although these wolves, they might actually. Okay, they can kill the IO. Nisha, what are you doing? They have it. They have a ward. Nisha's gonna suicide. Well played, Nisha.
Loader missed.
Yeah, I think really well done there by the IO staying alive. I was a bit scared for him with the wolves, but even with all of this, right, they just rotated 4 heroes to mid. They failed to get the kill onto S4, which is part of what they wanted, and now here comes the push. We got Howl.
Well, Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a missed micro from. He didn't auto attack properly. The wolves were just AFKing.
Yeah, happens to the best of us. And now we got balls flying around. Gonna hit S4 in the face a little bit, and Nisha's just gonna be happy with a bit of harass there, although S4 looking for this top rune, and he's got backup, so Bulldog coming. How do you feel on... I really like, now that there have been some changes to Doxia, that you go wall at level 6. I feel like it's appropriate, your team's ready to fight early, and it's no longer the days of Doxia doesn't really have enough mana for it.
Oh, S4.
I don't think... Is it enough?
He has regen. Well, he's gonna turn it.
Oh.
Balls come in, he's gonna regen up, I think.
Yeah.
All free for now, Plasma Field. So I think that was a good trade attrition-wise. All the wolves coming in again. The hall gonna be enough. They have Thunderwolves. Not gonna happen. So Loda's gonna rotate in. They get a free tower. But what about the? What are we talking? You asked me again.
I don't remember because of all that action. I was too busy looking at Minot's positioning to try and get nice shots. I feel like Alliance is getting everything they want here, right? They just got 2 really great pushes off. They stopped a gank on S4.
Oh, Dark Seal Wall.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel like you probably want to get it because it's such a value point now, but you can still skip it. The thing I can see that like denying a space behind the tower so that you can.
Yeah.
That's why I see that.
Here come the
let's see, I mean,
stacks.
it's a very nice big stack here, so back of this.
Yeah, and that is really important, right? Getting the Wisp level 6 before the 10-minute mark, that can be game-changing. So, and he's almost there. He's so close, yet so far. Oh no, he's gonna get it off with his stack.
Easy.
Yeah.
Not a stack. I should be able to get this reload. We will see if the first gank succeeds. Cream's gonna take a plasma field there, loses a lot of life points. But a lot of heroes are from alternate up top, and now they have that relocate coming in. We see that relocate gonna cut. Dog, he's silenced up. They'll get caught out. The Gale will land. Drop low. He has stick charges to keep him up, but the Eye of the Storm gonna step up super damage. Coming in for that. Boy, they toss him over to Arcade. Arcade gonna get caught out. The Avalanche gonna be. S4 getting caught out. Destroyed there. The snowball coming in one by one. Good idea. Does he have
Lycan can get a kill.
shots coming in? Double damage. Good time on that double damage. And now Lisa gonna get punched up. Nuts will lose life though. The miss. Okay, getting the poison sting there. We'll get that kill now. Loader. Bad Wolf. Go look for MTL. The Avalanche can stall him up at 522 MS. Good crit there. Good luck. Good crits. Kill. And they lost 4 heroes there. So Loda was the only one alive at the end of that.
It was a 4 for 4.
Oh, 4 for 4. Right.
Because people came back. Yeah, it was a really long team fight. Kind of interesting because long team fights I think will end up favoring the team with the IO, but of course they made sure to pick off the IO really early. A good play from S4 there. He chased her down, or him, IO's an it. They chased IO down, and a kind of questionable, the toss on the Night Stalker, the second toss, not the first. The first toss definitely killed the Venno, and then the second toss was like, they got the Tusk, but the Night Stalker was in a bad position and died. So, but either way,
Loda survived through all.
Yeah.
Lots of farm for him.
As did the Tiny. So both Loda and the Tiny getting a lot of farm. Tiny now has his blink up. Loda has a Blads. I don't know whether he's just gonna sit back in the jungle for a while and just come if he sees kill opportunities, but Tiny is getting ready to wreck face with that blink.
What alternate need now?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
That fight wouldn't have
Yeah, and it's
with
another
the Ice Blast.
It's another thing that's really hard, getting AA farm. He's probably going to rush the Midas this game. I really like that. It doesn't feel like AA has another better item to go. So, should help his farm. But in the meantime, what do we think?
Oh, nuts.
Ooh, yeah, goodbye. Balls to the face!
Oh.
Oh! Snowball's just going to delay the inevitable, but they're drawing him deep. But that's how you play
shots
it.
Inside the snow.
Yeah, you
Is that
can.
a visual glitch? Sure.
No, you can use
cost-
ice shards in the snowball. You can't use blink though, since it's a repositioning tool. You have to use blink when the snowball ends.
Okay. So you can. I don't play
Yeah.
Tusk myself, but I see shots and I sometimes override it as a. Never mind.
Oh, gosh,
Deep
up
fight
top.
happening. Ice blast.
A-blast.
Completely.
No, it's actually
Fine.
gonna hit both!
Hit
And
both
now they
off.
have stuns! They're both dead! He drops a wall, but it just doesn't do enough. Can these poison wards, like, dream of act? No, they
They're
can't.
going in.
Oh,
And the wolves
goodbye,
go
Io.
in. Now the Wisp. Now the call down's gonna let S4 gets hit by the nuclear missile, but Supreme gonna get caught out here by Loda, triple kill, ultra Loda. Man, this Lycan just manning up the Vladimir's, hunting them down, and there's a mega kill going away.
Tower is under attack.
One.
Yeah.
Loda having no nonsense right on here, gonna get that DO1 tower follow up, and 10 for 10. Really good fight for them, and then they turn it around.
Dire's
And they
Yeah,
shut
the-
down
has
ulti.
fallen.
I thought killing off Bulldog, making the wall a bad position would do a lot more work, but again, my nuts with like near perfect ice shards there, and Loda just cleaning up. And I really like, he went super aggressive. He was at like 150 health or something. You know, he could have taken pretty much a toss and he would have been dead, but he was like, I don't care. I'm killing everyone. I'm pretty sure I can do this. So, nice play there.
It's a 6-0 on Lycan. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. Usually you see Lycans going 0. and just
Yeah.
farming all day. So, boys and girls in the pub. Oh wait,
up top,
lane.
we've got a lot of action. Oh, it's just a toss combo. And they're actually TPing up. Can S4 get anything off the back of this? This was a relocate on Nisha. He needs to catch him 4 more seconds. I don't think he can do it, and he's getting zoned. Exotic Deer also has a toss, and he gets tethered, or relocated back, and I don't think they can catch Night Stalker, although he's a bit... Okay.
Gonna transition to push the relocate down, and maybe try and get to tower. I mean, they've already committed everyone up top.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Loda actually try and...
Yeah, I was about to mention both teams have a lot of smokes on cooldown. 3 on alternate and 2 on alliance.
Cooldown or a bit?
Available, sorry. Available.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like why, as you said, sneaking Roche, maybe trying to go for some other ganks. You can also use relocate to help you out, but it feels like both teams have a lot of smoke opportunities coming up shortly, which could really help change this game. Although maybe they're just gonna... Alternate's really deep. I don't know if they'll commit for these kills behind the tower. They don't actually have vision.
The ward scouts it out.
Yeah.
Jig
Yes.
is up.
Tower is under attack.
That's what the Venomancers... Why I love playing Venomancers. So much vision. You guys have these little towers around the map, and they really hurt supports. High level. One sting can take out a lot of life, and
Okay.
oh, that's your Lycan down.
I think Lycan didn't realize they were also in there. We have a snowball? Is it gonna latch? Oh, it's so close. The ice shard's off the mark, so that's gonna end the gank. But up on top we have a relocate. And Bulldog, he's in the danger zone. And do they have anything? They do. They have everything. Goodbye, Bulldog.
Dong overestimating his hero. Enough it. Out that.
Yeah.
Be very careful here. Meanwhile, Nisha getting caught out by the like.
Yeah, the
losing
relocate
3 in
thing.
return.
They waited because they knew the relocate was coming back, hoping maybe Nisha would be low enough to kill with all the summons, but no such luck.
But as you can see, RK is built into. Not sure what he's but it might just be a drum or urn for now. But I like to see Veil for that extra damage, or even going for Aghanim's. Veil, or roughly the same as Aghanim.
Yeah, I think a lot of people prefer the Blink Aghanim's build just because, while Veil's great, it's a real chore sometimes to get off in a team fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just is something where sometimes you need to have further away positioning. The Veil, it does have a bit of range, but it's not the best. But I am excited to see the Blink Ags, and as you said, it's just one of those things where these team fights, if they go for a while, well, one, sometimes when you get Poison Nova, you just have to back out. And sometimes it's like the team fight goes for a while, and you all end up dead because you just tick down too low. So. We got
S4 really needs a peek. Shots come in. Look for this look for this gyro. There is a Wisp relocate gank again. So going for this might be an option.
Tiny probably wants to wait because the Ags is flying out.
Done?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's got a number of kills. He killed a
he
the
got
big
Loda,
kill. Yeah, he's 8-1 as well. So he's doing very well, and the big kill on Loda, of course, just gave him
pretty ideal.
Almost a club. So.
All right, so this Aghanims will be fine. They'll have to find some way to circumvent Tiny fight. I feel like they really the amount of right now too. So they'll do what they just, which is push around the map. Make sure that doesn't have a lot of ways to look around. So a lot of directions to look at.
I think it's also really hard though to run split push against an IO Tiny. On the upside, you can only relocate every 60 seconds, but the way you counter relocate, and actually here finally Alliance will smoke, I think. They go for a smoke.
Group S5, yeah.
But I think it's like really hard because against relocate, you want to kind of stay together so that you don't get picked off, but then now you have to split push, as you said, because you don't want to fight them. But now they're going for a fight.
They
the Bulldog they finished back, but no blink. So.
Stalking out the enemy team, so they know the locations of the targets. They should get the ancient apparition right off the bat. Will he get him? Yeah, summons up the necro unit and goes in there. Ice Blast immediately lands empty on Uzios. And he goes into the Ice Blast, but now the fight comes in. They back in deck on Lisa. The Battlemaster drops also on everyone, but Alliance, they're dropping so. Now going for the fight. There's stun, no stuns. They can't kill him off, but now, Exotic Deer left for dead here as his team abandons him. The Plasma Field will check him out. They toss him over. S4 will lose a little bit of life, but the Tiny will drop, and Lycan reclaiming that kill on that hard carry. Now I think it's Roche time. The Minsk Arena is still up for a bit of time. They will tank Sean up, but I think this is an easy Roche there for Alliance, unless Sunny buys back. Fine, they don't want to risk the ice block.
Yeah, the other thing that happened there was they smoked around. They picked up the IO immediately as well. Actually, what are you doing, Lisa? You need to back up. He can't run.
No,
He's getting ice blocked.
Bye.
And Lisa's gonna go down. At least they killed off Aki. I mean, here comes Nisha, but I don't think you have anything. Here's the backup though. There's the cooldown. Can Espol get away? He's slowed up. He's taking the full rocket barrage. The creeps aren't close enough. There's a surge. They need like 3 more attacks. Flat cannon. Whoa. No. Well played. He bottled up in that too.
Quick first aid. Why not? But yeah, that was odd movement. That was some directed hate to his arm. That was some serious tunnel vision.
I mean, I think what also may have happened there is that AA just wanted to kill off Aki, and then Night Stalker's like, yo, I'll help, and ran into S4. So it may have been that case, but also, as you said, just a lot of hate. Gyrocop is getting a false BKB. Oh, what are we?
Oh,
ooh,
wow.
He shouldn't shatter though. It's only level 1.
Shouldn't shatter. Yeah, shouldn't.
Yeah, he's fine. It's still like really scary. You're like, well, this is uncomfortable, and I have to go home now.
Yeah, getting that big kill. I think earlier on it was the Venomancer as well as the Plasma Field. Apart from the core, I think IO would just melt really fast. And I think a big deal was that Loader kicked off the Ancient Apparition right off the bat. I think that was a very important kill to get because the Ice Blast wasn't affected. The AoE damage from Darks here.
Oh yeah.
Enough to take out the IO as well as a big Night Stalk life point.
Yeah, constantly harassing, and I think, as you mentioned in that last team fight, the scouting with the wolves. We've talked about this before, but Vision last patch.
Please.
Vision got nerfed a bit. Oh, and he actually kills the wolves so they can smoke up. So they don't know about that, but it's really helpful. Any heroes that have Vision skills now more powerful, just because they've taken a bit of a dive, but they're gonna walk right past another wolf. And Night Stalker, he might be leading the charge too hard though.
This doesn't feel like it's gonna work.
Oh, I think Nuts is dead. So my Nuts gonna slowly go down, gets the crippling fear. There's Toss Avalanche. They didn't even need all of those spells, and I think the rest of Alliance probably just gonna back up. So they can transition to push.
On Lycan. Okay, do you think be taken built here by Lycan? Or is it gonna be?
He can. He can also play really greedily here. It feels like he's been getting away with murder in a lot of these team fights.
Whoa, free kill! This Ancient Apparition, very greedy. Does he die though? No! Now they don't have their AA, so Nice Blast gonna be on point. That's the important. Nisha gonna down to the low ground. And looks like they will be disjointing this fight. S4 runs through that. Okay, do they get nothing?
Thought you got away.
The Wisp, and now they're going in for Roshan, I feel. Yeah, they're going for Roshan. Can tower instead of his base, so he has to go heal.
He could still throw the AA blast. I'm a little bit surprised by this. Yeah, he finally throws it out. Yeah, it's gonna miss, but I think I wasn't quite sure if he was holding it because he was worried about the immediate Roshan or whether he was holding it because he was panicking, and it feels like you could have thrown one right there, which would have really deterred the follow from Alliance, because you don't want to get turned around on one AA blasting, even when it's the low level 6 second one. 8 seconds.
The lack of healing.
Yeah.
This Night Stalker is having a problem, you know, that you see that power of the Razor against the Night Stalker.
Oh, we have a snowball going on Night
current.
Stalker. Oh, yeah, goodbye.
Slowing himself there, and Plasma Field immediately stab him. And yeah, that was the Night Stalker trying to harass, but actually himself, so.
Yeah, and having a look,
Dire's top tower
it's pretty even, right?
0.5 seconds long.
Oh yeah, it's not easy being the Night Stalker this game, although he is making good progress towards the Aghanims. I was going to say the net worth and experience really even. I'm actually really impressed by Alternate for staying in this for so long, and the Roshan again going to be the point of contention.
Yeah, that's going to come in, and this time will they have the good Stalker? Loader doesn't want to commit. Does he want to commit though? He's.
It's a level 1.
Why don't you just
hit
the Aegis?
Or hit the Roshan. He doesn't want to get bashed. Now he is. See, he waited until the thing went down.
Going
he
in,
can't
Tiny's
heal.
going in. Are we going to see it? There's steal. Oh, no blink. The Avalanche gonna miss. Very off the mark there. Now they're going in. Do the shots lock people out? No, if it Gyro comes with them. But again, AA. The 16 Loader is just really. Well, 9-1. This.
Yeah.
Falling like it. And they relocate top far.
Yeah, I think just cute. They don't think they're gonna get a relocate playoff. Just in case you didn't notice, the Roshan was actually killed by the IO balls.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so technically Loda snatched the Aegis, but it wasn't really, I mean, he
Okay.
had the dominating position. They actually lock out Nightstalker, but no follow-up after the Tusk, and we're just gonna get back to things chill as usual. Bulldog detouring the push. He doesn't want Tiny to get anything for free, and this is really rough, because your backup plan with IO Tiny is also to Rat, right? You're a team that can play if you're really far behind, and Rat, but too many rotations from Alliance.
Yeah, this has been play from Alliance so far. I think Loda has been playing outstanding. Sometimes he goes full long, but sometimes he is hard carries. When he's on his comfortable here.
Yeah, looks like he might be building that BKB up now. It could be a couple other things, but I do agree with you, making sure he can't be locked down. It also reduces the effects of the AA blast. You don't have to worry about it as much since you don't take the damage from the blast when you're BKB'd, from the frostbite.
The main problem is the unable to heal.
Yeah.
BKB is very important because of the mischance, silence from Stalker, crippling. Yeah, all these can be very problematic. But for now, we're just gonna see a push here on the bottom lane. They're gonna fall being Aegis down, so we'll see if it works.
I don't know if they actually want to fight. Like you said, I think they just wanted to kind of push a little bit and then draw people around. They're trying to buy time. They have to waste 3 more minutes in this game before they can do anything. Ice Shard's gonna block out the Night Stalker, but no follow-up. I don't think my nuts expected the Ice Shards to latch.
Definitely not. And RK with the double braces in escape. So
Yeah, I think
going
it
a more
makes sense as well.
defensive build. He just wants to survive and off the toxic.
It's also something where there's a lot of magic damage, you know, Gyrocopter early game is pretty much predominantly all magic damage, Tiny has a lot of that as well, and if you're not carrying Dust on alternate, being forced to either carry Sentries or Dust all the time just because somebody bought a cheap item like a Glimmer Cape is really painful. Their supports
And
already are behind. Yeah, so...
Gets a necro.
Yeah, that's max level for you. So,
Radiant's top tower is
Yep.
under attack.
Just gonna calm down. I have to say, even though the net worth and experience aren't reflecting it, I have to say I think Alliance is in a very good position. Of course, they still do have the Aegis, and I don't know, I think alternate really just is gonna stall for another 2 minutes. I don't think they want to fight this. Maybe get a pick off if someone's out of position, but Alliance doing a good job of not being out of position.
Yep, Aegis reclaim in 2 minutes, so they might want to actually go in for a push now and get a perfect runes for well. And we'll see if they make something out of this. Alternate still very aggressively posturing in the Radiant jungle. Have been smoking up. They have no darkness. 12 PM Dota times. It's still quite a bit of time before daytime. I mean
Yeah.
nighttime.
So they're just keeping the lanes pushed out. They'll probably rotate top and deal with this S4 business. They also keep getting scattered by wolves. Yeah, Nisha.
Lycan.
Kill Nisha. Yeah. So it's always a pain. And oh gosh, they're about to run into him.
Oh no. This is a good idea. He could die before the TP. No.
I mean, yeah, with
Use of
lucky
the
crits
ultimate.
and stuff, you definitely can. So
At least
A's
we get
halfway.
Aegis.
I think he's still, yeah, he's gonna get the ancients. He also has a DD, so he hits like a truck. A though, halfway up to that Aghanim Scepter. Midas doing good work and really increasing the duration on that, as we said. If the BKBs, yeah, it's BKB coming up for Loda. The Aghanim's upgraded Ice Blast does out length the BKB.
Oh
so.
wow, Tiny running into the zoo here is gonna on this avalanche. Loader, I think he wants to fight this. But he fights this. Does he fight this? Yeah, the ball comes in. They gotta find Nisha right away, but the gold scepter is gonna be huge. Alive for now. Charts keep out the two support. Going to fight Osty.
Dire's bottom tower is
A
under
little bit
attack.
cute repositioning here, and again, more stalemates happening here. And down the barrel, no.
I have to say, I think this is really good for alternate. They don't want to fight with the Aegis. I mean, unfortunately, no really quick ganks, but Bulldog has up his Blink Dagger. That's a really important item pickup, and that could just force bad positioning out of alternate, and then, of course, you know, maybe you get a Poison Nova, maybe Loader just goes in ham during the confusion, or a good Ice Shards. There's a lot you can do with everybody grouping up.
Backwall Gale, the dream.
Yeah. So, Gyro also, he's picked up his Helm of the Dominated BKB, still sitting at 10 seconds. Do you think he's just gonna MKB? What do you, he needs damage. What's your preferred damage item on him?
I think it's either straight butterfly or maybe good old Sanj and Yasha that a lot of gyros do. But I would say
Oh, Razor
not
taking.
too bad. Okay.
I mean, he's hasted, so it doesn't look like Tiny feels like he can do anything, and he actually
Nisha
decides not to
again.
go on Io. Oh, Io's once again unable to be
ultimate.
attacked. Yeah.
Radiant
So,
as for, I feel like this could be a moment where
is under attack.
Oh, in bottom
Chaos,
lane gyro
but
as well, though.
Supreme-
That's
They're gonna surge up
collapsing on
nuts. My nuts going in. They're gonna find Supreme. Supreme doesn't have a TP scroll, so even BKB, what are you gonna do? He's punched up, slowed up by the brawls. He's gonna stand and fight, but he's gonna get swamped here. This is a hard carry. 10-second BKB down. He's gonna try and fight this up. Call down, not available. He gets picked off. Point there by the Razor. And S4 with that early picky start has managed to acquire a dominating spree. 5-8. That team. Finds all that assist goal from killing, and now they have 2 Glimmer Capes.
yeah,
Not
and
2, just nuts.
Razor did go the Sand and Yasha as well, just making sure that he's nice and tanky, a big pain in those fights, so he can keep.
Fast.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's a race
I think
car.
that's even with the Blink Dagger, Tiny is 3 kited, with Icon with 520 MS. He should be able to cut Tiny really easy. Go in the back lines, destroy. Something about it. Darkness is used once. He is burning into his natural time though.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit worried about what was happening up top, trying to deter this push. Sometimes you pop nighttime, people get a bit spooked, but not this time. Alliance, a bit too experienced for that trick in the book, and
TI3. Wait.
yeah. So at the same time, Tiny's getting really. He's got the AC finished up. Maybe a Daedalus next. I think there's a lot of options as well. We don't have any butterflies out yet for Alliance, so not forcing MKBs right now, but which could be happening soon.
We'll see where Gyrocopter goes. Probably gonna be. With all that right click coming in from the Lycan summons, I think Butterfly will be good regardless. Even with the MKB, summons can't do damage to you. Like should be good.
Yeah, I think.
No, he gets Eagle Song first. AA.
Yeah, this is really important for them. It will help not only the relocate. Oh, we have an engagement in the forest. There's gonna be a snowball onto Supreme, and again he could pop his BKB and TP this time, but he's waited too long. He's now just gonna take all the damage. Where's his backup? There's the IO, but the relocate already used, and that was a big mistake. I think that time having the TP, it was worth it to use the BKB charge, but instead he just goes down, and this A blast is just again gonna tickle them.
Ice Force.
He could have BKB TP'd out. He got Walrus punched early on in the fight.
Oh yeah.
There was no, I mean, other than the Walrus punch, they don't have a stun which goes through or between those two.
Okay,
And
that's
anyway,
good. AA feet. Loader just runs down. I mean, there's really nothing.
yeah.
Aghanims, I just Rex. Wait, is there buyback? Yeah, there's buyback. He has buyback. Otherwise,
On
Rex.
Gyrony does have BKB, so he might be able to try to take this fight, but instead they're just trying to split push. They
Nice blast.
do have really fast push, but they have the glyph, and the glyph's
Lycan
already
pushes
down.
faster.
Uh,
The Rex is gone already. They're not gonna buy back because they fear losing a Gyro again and actually losing the game. So they will just forfeit a Rex to Alliance.
I'm actually a little bit surprised they didn't try to stick around and kill Lycan, but of course they didn't know that only Lycan TP'd. So we've got TP's back. Let's see if they can catch anyone. Nightstalker, he's going trying to find Arky. Not exactly who you want, but you'll take it after you lose your racks. But now Nightstalker might be collapsed on. Lisa's got to be careful here, and exotic deer. He can't get close enough. He's got the poison dot on him. Yeah.
Look at these wards.
I think it's almost
they're
pointless
kinda
this
in,
walk
they're
forward.
going now, they're going in, running right into the ice blast. This is bad for them, but no, they a lot of damage to BK. S4, they get away.
They also relocated out the Tiny, so Io might be in a spot of trouble when he relocates back in. I didn't quite catch where he did that.
That's warming up that fist. Call down, use. Okay, so Lycan say, alright, use it. Then we get that middle lane. Mine, that's in the radiant side of the map. The creep wave is very far away. Lane will not be pushed for a bit.
I'm pretty sure they used the cooldown hoping that the IO could tether away and to like cover his exit. It didn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, not working out so much for them. And Nightstalker, he does have up his axe, but as you mentioned, your rack's down. Now, Tiny can handle this. We talked about it. He's a very fast split-pushing hero. If you do lose a team fight on Alliance, you could suddenly be down a racks, but as we said, Lycan's the same way. So, both teams have to be really worried about how they play, and Alliance, of course, getting the racks. Alki, like, how close are you to... Yeah, he's 8 gold away from his Aghanims. He actually skipped over the Glimmer Cape. He just got a casual hood.
Just a casual hood and get the Aghanims in. for that Anthrax bomb. But Admiral Bulldog has got his Guardian Greaves and he keeps getting silenced by the Night Stalker, so Greaves is gonna get him out of a pickle. Satanic, wow. Okay, he just out-tanked this. It's not gonna be a butterfly. Panic instead.
So it's an interesting pickup. We're gonna have a Roche engagement, but before that, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, you'll be able to keep yourself alive,
so
but you're not doing much
dangerous, though.
damage. Oh yeah, for both teams, it's really scary to fight in this Roche pit. They have some sentries up, so hopefully they're gonna see it, and looks like they're deciding they don't want to go for it on ultimate.
That's that Shadow Blade. A Rando Punch, although there are sentries. That's used for him. S4. Oh no, the roof gets stolen. They're gonna be punched. Will Exotic Deer get punished for it? Oh no, the vacuum and dog. He can't hell out and we get a server lag and right at this moment. But the poison going out there. A lot of heroes Supreme popping that Satanic on a 1-on-1 against Loda, but Loda is a stronger hero. He's going in onto Supreme, runs out and save. But now FDL go have that deja vu feeling. Is that a crit? No, Loda doesn't get the kill. Yeah, but he'll get a kill on the Wisp, maybe. Not gonna get the Wisp.
So
Oh, brings the gyro back. Okay.
Yeah, a really good fight from Alternate. A little downside, the AA blast didn't hit Lotus, so he still was able to heal through that. But they did a really good job of getting some of the heroes in the backline. Unfortunately, as we talked about last time in Golden Boys, anytime you've lost a Rax already, you have to worry about your tier 4s when you take fights outside of your base. That top lane wasn't pushed out enough, and they lost all of their effigies in this area, and now there's work being done by the creeps on their tier 4s, so...
Yeah. Okay, masterful dodging that Ice Blast. By walking the long way, and we'll survive. Yeah. Fiddles all the way back. That Poison Nova, that vacuum from Hot 4.
Yeah, it was really, really nice play from Admiral Bulldog. So
On the dawn.
we've got Crit out on Tiny, but I think he's also decided now he's got the Chrysalis. I think he's decided he needs the BKB because he's also bought up an Ogre Club.
The BKB, I don't think it's that big. Most vacuums are going to be him off guard.
Oh,
so
Nisha's getting punched up.
Okay.
He's maybe gonna
Nisha,
pull him. He gets over, but now here comes Loda,
Iron
and Loda
Shell,
picks him
though.
off.
Not gonna be doing enough, and now the killing spree on Tuska loses life, so that. But Exotic Deer is getting kited out. That slow from the Frozen City. He's not running away without his whips. He's nothing. Bulldog gets the kill with the. Now I. You know what, Roshan doubled. See how this game works?
I think they're getting lucky with the runes, of course, but it is still something where Alternate didn't take that fight in the best of ways. The Tiny probably should have just sacrificed the Wisp, and this happens.
Oh, they brought back.
Yeah, I was gonna see what he can do. Tiny doesn't have buyback though in this AA blast. It's gonna hit a couple maybe if they're lucky, just Aki and Bulldog. So it also gets the proc onto S4, but he's not taking enough damage. At the same time, they're right under a ward. They're under a bunch of wards, and this is really scary. Nightstalker has a gem up, so looks like Alliance has no interest.
Why don't they want to fight this?
They've already used the wall, and they don't probably have another. They don't feel like they have another good place to vacuum it. Also, they just don't want it to go poorly if they group up in the Roshan, because then you lose out on that Aegis. So.
We'll see. I mean, the tier 4s are getting punished here. Rex lost, and Nightstalker is scouting in the pit, but I feel like if Loda joined, they have both BKBs up, they could get this Roshan really quickly. They're being fearful. The Ice Blast initiation, but with these poison wars, there is no chance the enemy gets it. How you knowing beforehand? And yeah, Loda
they get a nice Ice Blast. They don't manage to steal. They've got a cooldown, but no follow-up. It looks like Alternate, but they're gonna get followed up on themselves. Like it looks like he has more than enough damage, and he's gonna back out a little bit, even though he's lickety split. He just wanted to show him who's boss, so he'll back out.
Fading out. Play there from Loda. I think he's been playing outstanding on his bar. Has been doing a lot of work, focusing Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good target. Killing off the IO, killing off the AA. It's very much one of the lineups that Alternate has, where if you kill off the supports, you win the game. So, doing a good job there. IO also really poor, but that's really what you see. IO would love to have farm. It really does help out your team, but it's not often sustainable, especially since A needed to be greedy for such a long part of the game, rushing that Ags.
Yeah, I think the Night Stalker is poorer. Yeah, the Night Stalker is poorer than the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah. So,
game. The Venomancer has been making life really difficult.
And this is part also, you're not a hero, Night Stalker. You're not a hero that farms particularly well. It's why we actually see Night Stalkers. Oh, it looks like Mudnut's going down. They have vision of him. There's going to be a stun. He's dead.
Yeah, no ball.
Although Aki, they're nearby. Can they do anything? They don't actually want to pop spells to get in range. So oh yeah, you'd sometimes go Midas on, not sometimes. I've seen a lot of offlaners prefer Midas on Night Stalker just because you don't really hit creeps get farm. So it's a nice compromise.
And sometimes you get your Aghanim's. Then if you try to save for the Aghanim's from scratch, weird thing out of mechanics. The extra XP, life longer because you're higher level, or gives spells for better ganks, etc, etc. And after a while, support because their carry needs all.
Yeah.
I just actually get them more gold.
Yeah. So either way, we're at even experience. It now looks like Alliance is pulling ahead. Alternate, they do have smokes. In a minute, they can have a smoke up. Might be time to go for that. Since Alliance does feel like they're dominating the game, they are all over the map. And while the relocates are hard to do because they're blind, Alternate on Alliance's side of the map, they could certainly try for some smokes into the jungle. They're hard to do blind as well, though.
I think Alliance are in a pause at peak. A lot of Gyro's damage is magical because previously actually it was even better because he didn't have that demon head. So a lot of his damage was magic because he went satanic first, so he really lacked damage in the fight. So Lycan and Razor, with that BKB on, they don't have to fear much about Tiny's combo. They don't have to fear about the Gyro damage. They just went in there, went ham. Tiny can't man fight the Lycan just yet. Especially since they always blow up Wisp right away.
Yeah, this Tiny's having a really hard time against Lycan. Kind of funny because they have similar amounts of farm, but Lycan just able to do a lot more, it feels like, right now without the support of his team. And Tiny with the BKB, maybe that'll change around a bit, but I still do think he needs the Daedalus for damage, and Lycan's just gonna push the last tier too.
And Razor now has Scotty to kite him even.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very tricky, Tiny, to get around the fights, because Wisp has to stay alive, and I feel so difficult to stay alive as a Wisp. In the fights with Vacuum, try and stay arc around him and stop with a wall. You get comboed down, and once your Wisp is dead, your Tiny's useless.
Yeah, it might be the type of game where they have to go pick off someone like the Veno first, and with the transformation, they're just gonna go ham on Supreme. He has the relocate coming out, but they don't hit anybody with the avalanche, and so Loda's just playing with them. So
yeah, well, you have a lot of melee here. Show makes it really hard. Loda pops the BKB, goes in for Super. Now getting caught out, he pops the Teddy. He heal fast enough though. Getting sapped there, losing a lot. Down there. Loda did have the Aegis though. Maybe he wants to for it. Oh, the slow. Lisa slows himself, gets Scottied up. Tag him. Here. Backing off for now. The Wolves go in, just chip away the tower, and the Lions want to back off, but they have all their.
I think they're just waiting for the next wave, and then they'll go in again. But yeah, as you mentioned, the other problem with going the Satanic so early on the Gyro is he doesn't have the damage output to heal himself up, and that's an MKB, so he's...
And that's no buyback.
Yeah, he bought out for that.
This fight.
And I don't know how it will, especially if Tiny... He used all of that for the wave clear. The transformation is down, but yeah, but it's about to come back up like that, and he just got it off again.
Vacuum again! 4-man wall Vacuum! And now Super getting caught up, and the Ice Blast coming from Farnisha. Got himself out of there, but he dives in the fountain because of that poison. And now Exotic J getting kited for days, getting smashed there by S4. Oda will take the tower. 4 heroes lost. The Ice Blast was great, but not enough. And that Frozen Still really played a huge part, and now they know they can pass on this. Alliance goes for the throw. And this game right here, right now. They're going for a final hurrah there on the Ancient Emperor. Yeah, great game from Alliance. Excellent play of Lycan. 10-1.
Yeah, it was all around. I would say that also Alternate showed a really good showing, considering that they're up against Alliance right now, who's performing very well after the majors. And yeah, a really good job there. But Alliance just a bit superior, and they really executed this lineup very well, right? So